you very much to the organizers for this invitation to participate in this important event. Especially thanks to Alejandro, founder and CEO of the Kings Attached, Brian and Randy Stewart, Paul Watson, Mauricio Hoyos from Pelagi Cajuca, and Randall Arauz from Kings Attached. It is a pleasure for me to be here and to have the opportunity to share you some of the actions that we have implemented in Mexico to ensure the ocean conservation. I would like to start my presentation with some general overview of the importance of the oceans and the main challenges that we face in their conservation and sustainable use. As we all know, ocean represents 71% of our planet's surface, and healthy oceans provide us ecosystem services that are essential for our well-being. It is also home to 2 million species, and as some of examples of the ecosystem services, we have the coral reefs, the phytoplankton, and also these numbers that between 70 and 100 million tons of marine fish are caught each year, not included fish caught and discarded as bycatch. However, only about 4% of the ocean is protected in some way, compared to more than 15% that we have in protection in land. These are some of the numbers that we have and that has shaped human history, culture, and life that is highly threatened due to unsustainable practices. Experts estimate that by 2050, world fisheries are expected to collapse. 80% of world's fish stocks are already fully exploited, and 300,000 whales and dolphins are killed each year as bycatch. 90% of predatory fish, like tuna, sharks, swordfish, cod, and halibut, are gone. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is 8 million square miles, which is 2 times larger than in the United States. Also, some important efforts are being made to preserve marine biodiversity. Countries have implemented different initiatives in order to protect our ocean. As an example, we have the so-called very large marine protected areas, which are marine protected areas larger than 100,000 square kilometers. And 2 out of 3 of these marine protected areas are in Mexico, and that is Revillagigedo National Park and Mexican Deep Pacific. Scaling down to Mexico, Mexico's marine surface is larger than 3 million square kilometers, and this is only 1% of the world's ocean. Mexico has also 11,100 square kilometers of coastline. These are some of the species that we have in Mexico. Of the richness in species is well represented in our ocean. We have more than 300 species of jellyfish, corals, and anemones, more than 4,000 species of mollusks, nearly 2,500 of fish, 6 out of the 7 species of turtles, also nearly 50 species of marine mammals, and also 109 species of sharks. These are the protected areas that we have in Mexico, and Mexico is a very diverse country that has implemented different actions and efforts in order to ensure the preservation of species, ecosystems, and services provided by oceans. In Mexico, we have 182 marine protected areas. That is equivalent to more than 900,000 square kilometers, where almost 700 are marine protected areas. From the 152 protected areas that we have, 152 are terrestrial protected areas. That is equivalent to 24%, and 37 marine and coastal protected areas. According to the Convention of Biological Diversity, from the megadiverse countries, Mexico is the one with the largest marine protected surface. About 20% of marine territory is protected, which doubles, this represents it better, which doubles the Aichi target. Here we see first Mexico that doubles the Aichi target, the 11 Aichi target that we have to have 10% of our ocean protected. Also, according to the Environmental Performance Index of 2018, prepared by researchers of Yale and Columbia University, Mexico ranks first in the world in the area of marine protected areas. Protected areas also support monitoring efforts and contribute to increase and recover population of prioritized species such as sharks. 31% of shark species worldwide are in Mexico. 274 individuals of great white were registered in Isla Guadalupe Biosphere Reserve, the further west island in Mexico, and that is thanks to the studies that we do with Mauricio. On what respects to whale shark, in 2017, 389 individuals were registered in the Pacific and 813 in the Caribbean. Mexican Caribbean has the greatest feeding aggregation of whale sharks in the world. Here's a small video of these great sharks. I don't know who's playing here. No. The music was amazing. Okay. This is to show why Mexico is an important country for the population of sea turtles. 6 out of 7 sea turtle species worldwide arrived to Mexican coast. Most of them were almost extinct in 1990, and thanks to many national and international efforts, the population are recovering. In Mexico's Pacific coast, we have the largest nesting beach for the olive ridley turtle. Last season, we recorded more than 4 million nests of this species. Mexico is also, this is a small video, it's in play with. Also, Mexico is also rich in cetacean species. 15 cetaceans are found in the Gulf of California. The gray whale, for example, 90% of the world's gray whale are born in Mexico. They arrive to Mexican seas to give birth and nourish their calf. In 2017, 708 calves were recorded and a total of 1,573 individuals. 213 individuals have been reported at the beginning of this 2018 season in Baja. In this slide, the chart represents in colors the protected areas declared by different Mexican presidents. We can appreciate that in the last 2 years, the numbers of declared surface has significantly increased. That's before, since the first protected area that was in 1970 in Mexico. This is how they've been increased, and here's what we have in these last 6 years of this administration, where almost 70% of that is marine protected areas. The most recent effort related to conservation in Mexico is related to the creation of 4 new protected areas, marine protected areas. That is the Mexican Caribbean biosphere, that is here. And one of these areas, which is this one, that is 60,000 square kilometers, and this covers the whole Mesoamerican barrier reef that we share with Guatemala, Honduras, and Belize. And this is all the part from Mexico that was the main purpose to protect that barrier reef that has almost 86% of species of corals, 27 of Lasmobranchi, and it's also an important habitat for the manatee. Also, one of the new protected areas that we have in 2016 was the islands of the Baja Peninsula, these Pacific islands. There are 21 islands in front of Baja and Baja California Sur, and here we have 4 groups of islands, and is the habitat of 182 migratory species. With this new marine protected area, Mexico now has 995 protected islands, which represents that 92% of all the Mexican islands are now protected. Also, the protected area of the deep Mexican Pacific, that is this what we're showing here, and in this area, more than 400,000 square kilometers, it represents 18% of the Mexican marine protected surface. And what do we protect here? Well, the ocean floor is very rich in minerals, and with the protected area, there will be no mining or drilling in this area. So one of the main purposes of this, that we protect the ocean floor, is against mine and oil drilling. So, and the other one that we are starting to talk more about is this new national park of Revillagigedo, with 150,000 square kilometers. Revillagigedo National Park is the largest no-take marine protected area in North America. And Revillagigedo sits off the Mexican Pacific coast, about 800 kilometers west of the city of Manzanillo, and 400 kilometers south of Cabo San Lucas, that is here. The 4 uninhabited islands, that are Socorro, Crayon, San Benedicto, and Roca Partida, are the peaks of volcanoes of more than 3.5 million years. It protects different marine and terrestrial ecosystems, submarine mountains and canyons, hydrothermal vents, as well as tropical vegetation, cloud forests, shrubs, beaches, reefs, and pelagic species. Revillagigedo has been internationally recognized for its biological and scientific importance. It is home to 25 coral species, 366 species of fish, of which 26 of them are endemic species, 233 species of plants, 43 of them are endemic, 161 bird species, 60% of them endemic, and more than 23 species of sharks. It has a local population of giant manta, and it is for sure one of the best places around the world to interact with these magnificent species. This is some of the history of Revillagigedo, that in 1530, in the year of 1533, Hernando de Grijalva discovered the archipelago, and in 2016, the UNESCO declared it as a natural world heritage, and where we can play the video. Yeah. You can see Mauricio is everywhere in Mexico, in the protected areas. And also, what has happened with Revillagigedo is that in October 2017, we had the opportunity at the One Ocean Summit in Malta. I had the opportunity to announce the intention of having this protected area by the end of 2017. That's where we announced it.
México hoy anuncia que tendrá el Parque Nacional Marino de cero pesca, fully protected, más grande de Norteamérica.
And well, finally, it came a reality, and in November 2017, the Revillagigedo National Park became a reality. And these great steps that Mexico is having are because of the commitment of Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto and the Minister of the Environment, Rafael Paquiano, with our natural resources and marine biodiversity. As Silvia Earle said to President Peña Nieto, this new marine protected area of Revillagigedo is a legacy to the world that goes far beyond this century. Revillagigedo National Park is crucial for the connectivity of the shared species with the protected areas of Galápagos in Ecuador, Malpelo in Colombia, Cocos in Costa Rica, and the marine monuments of the remote islands of the Pacific belonging to the United States. So here we have like the connectivity of these different species of the migratory traverses and paths that these species take. Another important thing is that in October 2016, 24 countries agreed to protect 1.55 million square kilometers of the Ross Sea around Antarctica. That's more than 3 times the size of France. This 21st century should be the century of marine conservation. These are some of the messages that I would like to share with you, and that is Mexico ranked first in the world in the area of marine protected areas according to that Environmental Performance Index, and also that 22% of marine territory is protected, which doubles the Aichi target 11, covering almost 700,000 square kilometers, and that in the last 2 years the number of declared surface has significantly increased, and these are highly ecosystem representative and well connected, which also contributes to the achievement of Aichi target 11. We are for sure on a mission. We are not alone, and we each day multiply. We are on the clock. Let me invite you and everyone watching to join us in the mission to protect the most beautiful place we have on Earth that we all share. Join us in the mission to protect our ocean. Thank you very much.